You're wearing a nice smile today, Carol.
Hello.
Thank you.
This is Carol.
Carol, I just thought of another question. Would you mind taking us, before we see the rest, and showing us how the process of this work, how this
Sure.
gets done? You wouldn't mind?
Sure, no problem.
I'm behind you.
Okay, here we go.
Carol.
We are, and this is where I keep my kilns.
Kilns. Kilns.
Kilns.
Kilns.
K-I-L-N-S.
Would you explain just a little bit about kilns?
Well, I do all my firing in here. I fire the big one mostly because I always have a full load.
I'm coming over there, Carol. Ooh, what's in there?
Well, this is one of the trays that we just painted with Frank Albrecht, done by one of my students. And it's in the kiln, ready to get fired, and we will fire it to 014, which is about 1400 or 1485, I think. Not quite 1500 degrees.
Now, you have two kilns here, Carol.
I have the smaller one that we do smaller items in. It goes to the same temperature. But I don't use it nearly as often as I do the big one because it takes a lot of energy to fire them, so I cram as much in one kiln as I can. And then I have the little tiny Tim there.
Oh,
and it's
Tiny
loaded,
Tim?
A tiny Tim, and it is loaded with a porcelain doll ready to be
let's
painted.
look. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And she's wet, so I don't want to pick her up too much. But
here, I can get a picture of her. And she's looking right at me. Yeah.
And she was done by one of my students down at the Indiana school. She took the teacher, Nancy Benedetti was her teacher. And Nancy's from California also.
Now you're putting the lid back on. Why?
To keep dust off of her.
Oh, dust
We're
in
in the
this house?
garage.
I thought I was in the city of angels or something. So we're going back out now, okay? We're going to go
Yes.
show more. That was fun, Carol. What do you have going on here on the table? What is the working process on the table?
Well, this is just some of my students' work, actually waiting to get put in the kiln.
Oh, that's ready to go in there.
It's all wet. I haven't fired them yet.
Oh.
Let me get this piece right here. This is one of my male students, and he's a well-known decorator here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. His name is Russ Sunday, and he always likes to be different. So when the girls decided to do grapes, he wanted to do poppies.
Now you have, what I have in the shot, Carol, is 3. This one here, is this also going into the kiln?
Yeah, this is wet also. It's ready to go into the kiln. And this is her first fire. This one here would be like number 3 on the fires, and this is probably 3 fires. Well, it depends on how fast they paint and the depth that they want to go. To get darker, our paints are transparent, so it's always better to layer the colors rather than to try to put a heavy application on. So we keep them real transparent by just layering the colors up.
Now, Carol, I understand you built this house specifically for this.
Well, I added this room on so that I could continue teaching my classes, and this worked out really well. We have good lighting, and
I'll say it's